The Legend of the Swamp Picker. Down in the humid heart of the Louisiana bayou, where mosquitoes cruise the air like tiny helicopters, and the cypress knees poke up like worried fingers, a strange rumor drifted from porch to porch. Folks whispered it in bait shops, on docks, and during late-night card games. They called him the Swamp Picker, an alligator with a taste for eggs and a talent no gator should rightfully have. It started with old man Boudreaux, who swore on his last can of chicory coffee that something had picked the padlock clean off his chicken coop. Not broken, picked. His hens were fine, but half his eggs were gone, and muddy footprints trailed back toward the swamp. Sheriff Guidry said Boudreaux probably forgot to lock the door again, but Boudreaux insisted the prints were too long, too wide, and too darn polite to be from a raccoon. Then Miss Claudette down the road lost 24 duck eggs, and the only evidence left behind was a single, perfectly picked lock lying gently in the grass, and a suspiciously toothy smile drawn in the mud. Soon everybody had a story. A glint of light on the water, a rustling in the reeds, a pair of yellow eyes watching from the bank, and always, always, locks undone as if by a seasoned locksmith. The legend said he wasn't a normal gator. Some folks whispered he learned the craft from a fisherman who dropped his tackle box in the swamp. Others said he was born under a full moon with a natural knack for mechanical puzzles. One kid claimed he saw the gator holding a bobby pin in his teeth, working a lock with the concentration of a surgeon. No one could prove anything, but the missing eggs kept piling up. One night, young Pierre Toubideau decided he'd get to the bottom of things. He hid in his family's coop with a flashlight, some beef jerky, and enough bug spray to fumigate a horse. It was quiet. Too quiet. Then he heard it. Click, click, click. The lock turned, the coop door swung open, and there he stood, an 8-foot alligator balanced delicately on his back legs, bent piece of metal held between two claws. The gator froze. Pierre froze. The hens froze. Because that's what hens do when confronted with terror. The gator slowly placed a claw to his snout as if to say, shh. Pierre nodded because what else do you do when an alligator politely asks for silence? The gator tiptoed to the nestling boxes, plucked a few eggs with surprising gentleness, tucked them in a burlap sack, and waddled back toward the door. Just before disappearing in the dark, he gave Pierre a thumbs up. Alligators aren't supposed to have thumbs, of course, but nobody ever said the swamp picker followed the rules. The next morning, Pierre told the whole town what he saw. They didn't believe him, naturally, until they found another perfectly picked lock resting on the grass and a muddy smile right beside it. From that day on, folks started leaving a few eggs outside their coops at night as a peace offering, as a courtesy, and maybe, just maybe, to stay on the good side of the world's only professional lock-picking alligator. And deep in the bayou, when the moon is bright and the water still, you can still sometimes hear the faintest click, 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 followed by a satisfied reptilian burp. That's when you know the swamp picker is making his rounds.